Good morning. My name is Harold Poindexter of Acme Reporting, 100 Main Street, Bourne, Massachusetts. Today's date is May 13, 2015, and the time is 8:49 a.m. And the location of the deposition is 1 Fish Fry Place, Falmouth, Massachusetts. The court reporter's name is Kathy Simpson of Alpha Beta Court Reporters of New Bedford, Massachusetts. Present here today are myself, Mrs. Simpson, Mr. Gambini, counsel to the Learned Hound Chapter 7 trustee, the deponent, Robin Weiss, counsel, and Percy Mason and Lawrence Darrow, co-counsel to the Money Pit Incorporated.
I've been advised by counsel to the Money Pit, Inc. that you have been designated pursuant to Bankruptcy Rule 7030B6 to provide binding testimony pursuant to that rule on behalf of the Money Pit, Inc. Am I correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. Ms. Wise, counsel, are you employed?
Yes, I'm employed as the general counsel for the Money Pit Incorporated.
When did you become general counsel for the Money Pit Incorporated?
Early October of 2014.
Ms. Wise, counsel, I have put in front of you what has been pre-marked as Wise Counsel Exhibit Number 1, which is titled Notice of Deposition of the Money Pit, Inc. pursuant to Bankruptcy Rule 7030B6. Can you identify that document, Ms. Wise, counsel?
Yes, I've seen this before.
Would you please turn to Schedule A of this exhibit, which contains a list of topics I have requested that the Money Pit produce pursuant to Rule 7030B6, and for you to testify during this deposition. Have you examined Schedule A?
Yes, I have.
Would you please identify those topics you have been designated by the Money Pit, Inc. to provide binding testimony on pursuant to Bankruptcy Rule 7030B6?
I have been designated to provide testimony on all topics.
Are you aware of any other individuals, whether or not currently employed by the Money Pit, Inc., who have been designated pursuant to Bankruptcy Rule 7030B6 to provide testimony on behalf of the Money Pit on any of the topics enumerated in Schedule A?
Not that I'm aware of.
And have you produced any documents, any of the documents enumerated on Schedule B this morning?
All that I have been able to produce within the time that I have had is a copy of the proof of claim filed in the bankruptcy court and 6 other documents.
Ms. Wise, counsel, would you please tell us all of the steps you took to prepare for today's deposition?
I met with my counsel, Messrs. Mason and Darrow. I reviewed the documents with which I mentioned. I reviewed the trustee's objection to the Money Pit's proof of claim and also the Money Pit's motion for summary judgment.
Have those documents been produced by you this morning?
There were 6 documents in the loan file, other than the loan documents themselves. The 6 documents I just gave you today. The loan documents you got some time ago. The memoranda, they're just twice annual reports of accounts managed by the loan officer, which in this case would include only brief references to Zippy Mortgage. At least I would think so.
Ms. Wise, counsel, again, please examine Schedule B, which is part of the notice of deposition, and specifically paragraph 3 of Schedule B. Do you have that in front of you?
I do have it.
Ms. Wise, counsel, what documents are required in paragraph 3 of Schedule B to be produced?
Paragraph 3 says, quote, all documents, communications, and correspondence, including without limitation all notes and memoranda in any way relating to the loans between the Money Pit, Inc. and the debtor, end quote.
Thank you. Please also tell us what documents were requested in paragraph 5 of this particular Schedule B.
Paragraph 5 says, quote, all documents, communications, and correspondence, including without limitation notes and memoranda used in any way by the Rule 3B6 designees to prepare for this deposition, end quote.
You'll agree with me that you failed to produce all documents you used in preparation for this morning's deposition. Isn't that correct?
Objection. You can answer.
You may answer.
Looking at these now, yes, it would seem so.
What type of information appeared to be missing from Zippy Mortgage's loan file?
Well, I couldn't find a list of the collateral for the loan, but I did find a copy of the amended and restated loan agreement, but not all of the loan documents executed prior to the amended and restated loan agreement. Now that I think of it, maybe they're in the vault. I don't have the passcode and I didn't look there.
And because of those reasons, you failed to produce any of these documents?
No, we gave you those 6 documents. Otherwise, that is correct.
You'll agree with me that each one of these spreadsheets contains a different loan balance for Zippy Mortgage, ranging from approximately $1 million to approximately $4 million, and differing interest rates ranging from 6% to 12%. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
Ms. Wise Counsel, you don't have any personal knowledge about the Money Pit's loan to Zippy Mortgage, correct?
That is also correct.
You also don't have any personal knowledge regarding the proper amount, if any, due by Zippy Mortgage to the Money Pit under any loan agreements with Zippy Mortgage, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And you also have no personal knowledge as to how the Money Pit arrived at the amount of $4,800,248.23 listed in the proof of claim, correct?
That is also correct.
So as you sit here this morning, Ms. Wise Counsel, you are not prepared to provide testimony concerning the components of the Money Pit's proof of claim and whether or not it contains the correct amount due and owing by Zippy Mortgage, correct?
I think we need to have our people go back and reconstruct the loan to determine how the figures in the proof of claim were arrived at.
Ms. Wise Counsel and Counsel, in light of Ms. Wise Counsel's testimony, the fact that the Money Pit has not produced all of the documents requested in our deposition notice, nor has she produced documents she used to prepare for her deposition, I'm going to suspend this deposition sine die, pending a decision on a motion I plan to file to compel production of these documents and for other relief.
Well, Mr. Gambino, I object to your characterization of the witness's testimony and also what she said she had produced. I consider the deposition complete.
I also echo Mr. Mason's comments. Ms. Wise Counsel has fully performed her obligation as the Money Pit's Rule 7030B6 designee, and I also consider the deposition to have been concluded.
Thank you, Ms. Wise Counsel. We're in suspension.